Welcome back again to my channel. Previously we discussed about the linear model of communication. Today we're going to talk about another model of communication, which is the interactive model or the interactional model. So let's get started. Unlike the one-way straight line type of communication in the linear communication model, the interactive model of communication or the interactional model of communication, also known as the convergence model, is all about give and take. It relies on an exchange of communication from the sender to the receiver and from the receiver to the sender and back again. The interactive model allows for feedback, something that's absent in the linear model. The interactive model requires several components to be successful. Let's talk about it one by one. First, two sources. The originator of the message and the recipient of the message are both sources. Both parties are able to send and receive messages or feedback from the other. The second component is the message. It is basically the information being exchanged. And then the third one is the feedback. It takes place after the first message has been received and is returned to the originating source. The presence of feedback is the primary difference between the linear model and the interactive model. The fourth one, last but not the least, is the field of experience. The field of experience is all of the knowledge, behaviors, beliefs, situations, psychological factors, etc. that not only impact the content of the message but also the way it is interpreted. If this all sounds confusing, let's equate it to an example of something you probably do every day: texting. In text messaging, only one person formulates a message and hits send to deliver it to its intended recipient. The interactive portion of the interactive model comes next, when the recipient formulates his or her own reply and sends it back to the first source. If the interactive model were a shape, it would be illustrated as a circle. It's a continuous loop of messages and feedback between two participants. Open communication between both sides, who act equally as sources of messages, is important in this model. Feedback in this model, however, can be somewhat delayed as you're waiting for a reply to an email, for example, or a response to an inquiry on a social media feed. Our discussion about interactional model ends there. If you have questions, if you have comments, you just leave it on the comment section below, and I'll be happy to hear from you guys.